The China Cup International Regatta attracts top sailors from around the world. Day 1 and the fleet sets out towards the start of the passage race from Hong Kong to Shenzhen.
And we had a good race. We went right, which was the way to go, very much. Other boats did not go right and they paid badly. So we stuck as far right until we got the first shift on the right, including the tidal shift. We went past the tidal zone quite a bit, and then we went on to the right-hand shift. And we were underlaying because of the tide up when we got close to China changed a little bit. So then we rotated back over again and rolled up to the next lay line after the tidal shift, and then we came in to the windward mark, or the finish line basically, on above the ship, which was kind of halfway in the middle of the race course towards the finish.
The cruise up from Hong Kong to the start provides a good opportunity for team chat and some final preparations. The fleet of more than 100 boats comes together in readiness for the start of the coastal race into Chinese waters. The tension builds in the final minutes before the start.
What really didn't help us was that we had a general recall in the first start, and that meant that we went to the back of the fleet, so we had to wait for all the other fleets to start, and then we started. So that was probably another 40 minutes that we lost there, and that really made a big difference at the end. For us, we made a few mistakes around the course, but it's really hard out there, you know, and the teams are all pretty good, and you do what you can at the time, and we were only about 5 minutes out from finishing.
The winds are extremely light, but finally the race gets underway as the boats race off the start line. In such light conditions, the crew need to keep their eyes peeled for the slightest puff of breeze on the water, and they need to keep movements smooth and gentle around the boat.
Yeah, the day was tough actually. I think we didn't have that. We had a good start, and then there was a big right shift, and we were on the sort of outside of it. Then we got back into the race. We got to the lead again, and it was super tricky. It was hard to protect because there's so much separation between all the boats today. It was people way out to sea, people in close to the shore, and we got to the front. It was hard to sort of protect and keep an eye on one sort of side, and then sort of the breeze shut down, and there was a big right shift. The guys out to sea did really well, and I think we sort of lost 2 boats, and we were third, and then we got right to the end. We were about 2 minutes away, 3 minutes, and we didn't make the time limit. So no one made the time limit today, which was a bit of a frustrating day, but that's sailing.
The racing is always close in the Beneteau 40.7 fleet, and with the light winds and ever-shifting breezes, there are plenty of lead changes as fortunes ebb and flow throughout the afternoon. After a few hours of high concentration, tough tactics and demanding teamwork, Anthony Root's 42-footer Black Bazza outsmarts some of the bigger boats to cross the finish line first and take line honours in the coastal race. For many others though, it's a day of frustration as they just missed the 4 o'clock time limit and fail to cross the finish line on time. Tomorrow is another day, and they'll be back ready and raring to get into the close quarters competition of the inshore racing at the 10th China Cup.